So I'm here in Lake Sebu, and that's spelled with an S, S-E-B-U, not Cebu. Lake Sebu is in Mindanao, which is part of the Philippines. A lot of people say you shouldn't come to. It's dangerous. There's a lot of kidnappings, bombings, you know, all sorts of trouble. And to be honest, it is true. If you go in the far western bit and the northwestern bit, there are a lot of troubles. I mean, if you search online for Marawi, which is a city in the sort of north of Mindanao, northwestern bit, there's all sorts of problems, and you probably wouldn't want to go there. But yeah, here at Lake Sebu, if you look on a map, I'll try and put it up on the screen. There's no problems, there's no trouble here. But if you look on the Foreign Office travel advice from the UK, where I'm from, or if you look on any of the European countries' travel advice or America's travel advice, they will often say don't come to Mindanao. You know, the whole of Mindanao on the British Foreign Office travel advice, it says don't come. It says don't come anywhere in Mindanao. Most of the island sort of to the east is where they say don't come apart from like essential travel, and the rest of the island, so where I am now, they say don't come at all. So if you do come, your travel insurance wouldn't pay out if you had any problems because you've been advised not to come. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you a little bit about the place, so you can see, I mean, where I am right now, Lake Sebu really is a really nice place. I'm in front of a tree right now. I'll try and go over here so you can see a bit more. Now, to get here, I mean, I'm at a resort. There are resorts all around the lake. But when you go sort of into the towns and the villages around here, there's not much in the way of tourist infrastructure. So if you weren't with people that are from around here, so you could easily get here, it would be a bit of a struggle. But I would say don't be put off coming here. I've just stayed in Davao for about a week or so, and then I've just come over here, and to be honest, I much prefer it up here. It's sort of in the sticks than in Davao. I mean, I found Davao to just be like one big traffic jam. It wasn't my favorite place at all. Whereas you come out here, all the cities, as they get smaller, they kind of get nicer. You know, we went through General Santos City, or Gensan. We also went through Coronadal City, another small city, and it's almost like the smaller they are, the nicer they are. There's more green spaces, more sort of open, less traffic, less congestion, less pollution, and it just gets kind of nicer. So yeah, I'll just show you a bit of footage of what I've seen here. We went up to this big waterfalls here. I think it's called Seven Falls at Lake Sebu. So interesting name, but yeah, it's literally 7 waterfalls that are just around here. I mean, they were absolutely stunning. I mean, I've traveled all over Asia. I've never seen anything quite as good as the waterfalls there. And then to boot, there was a zip line which went from like one side of where the waterfall was to the other. I think it was a 700-meter long zip line. God knows how high it was, but it felt very high. I tried to film the first zip line, and to be honest, I failed. I was that scared. I was just kind of clutching onto my camera. I forgot to press record. I did the second one though, I filmed it, so I'll put a bit of the footage of that onto the video. And yeah, it's an amazing place to go, and somewhere that unfortunately probably hardly any Westerners or foreign tourists will ever see, because the government say don't go here. You know, they say you can't travel here. So I mean, obviously, if you were going to come, do your own research on how safe it is. There have been kidnappings and things. There have been problems, but you know, especially if you're with locals and they know where to go, where not to go, I'd say you'd be fine. But yeah, do your own research. But I thought I'd make the video just to show you it's an amazing place, and there are some really cool places here. From what I can see, and from what I can see on the drone, Lake Sebu, it's not that big a lake, but it's quite an interesting place. There's sort of mountains just up the side. I could be wrong on this, I think it's actually a crater from a volcano. And I was told, I don't know how true it is, it's still an active volcano. I mean, obviously it's full of water, so it'd be hard to tell. But when you go around sort of to the edges, there are like loads of little islands and things, and all these, I mean, what you can see here, these are fish farms. I believe they're farming tilapia fish. Apparently the area is very well known for the tilapia. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of good fish and things in the food. And I found the food here is really good, you know, just like sort of fresh fish, fresh vegetables, fresh meat. Everything was great, which isn't something I would say from my experience of being in Davao or in any city here. I mean, I don't think the Philippines is known for its food in the same way as other Asian countries are. I mean, it's still better than English food, but yeah, it's not great. But yeah, around here, the food you get is brilliant. I had no problems here at all. So price-wise, I found that as you come out of the city, everything did get noticeably cheaper. it's hard to say here. I mean, we were in a group of 20 people, but for 20 people, there was like a massive a massive meal. There was, and then there was some entertainment, some local, I don't know how to describe it, local tribes people from the sort of what would I say? The tribes from years ago, the tribes that have been here before what we think of as Filipinos arrived to the Philippines. So the native tribes, they were doing like some dances and the music and all that. And basically everything, meal for 20 people, the entertainment, that all cost, I believe, 20,000 pesos. So I mean, that's like 500 each, and it was like an all-night thing. That's including drinks, food, everything. So yeah, you definitely can't moan about that. It really wasn't too bad, and also the accommodation here, it's all cheap for saying what a nice place it is. Yeah, it's a really good place. I'd definitely say have a look online. I know a lot of people wouldn't want to travel here, but if you look online, see some pictures and things, you'll see it really is a nice place. I'll turn the camera around. I believe there's some tilapia fish, some cats around trying to work out why they can't eat them. And yeah, just some great views across the lake. See all the low cloud. I don't know how low the cloud would be, because I believe we are actually quite high up here. You can really get that impression when you did the zip line. I'll try and put some footage of the zip lining on. I mean, it might be difficult for me to find some bits where I didn't look petrified, because I was. Another good thing here, when you get out of the main cities, you come here, it's noticeably cooler. I mean, yesterday when we were driving up, the people I was with were saying, oh, it's getting cooler. I was saying, well, yeah, it's just 'cause it's nearly the evening. But no, it really was cooler. Thing that I noticed was at night we had no air conditioning, no fans, and in the morning it wasn't too hot. You'd usually be covered in sweat if you had no AC and no fans. Well, I should say there was a fan in the room, we just didn't turn it on, and it was absolutely fine. It was, I don't know what temperature, I'm going to say sort of mid to high teens temperature wise at night, which is quite comfortable compared to the kind of thing you're used to when you're near the equator like this. So yeah, it really is nice. Just because of that little bit of altitude makes a real difference. And then today in the daytime, I know it's a rainy day, but it's probably only mid-20s, which you don't really expect when you're right near the equator. So it's pretty nice. So yeah, definitely a positive of getting out of the city and coming up into the sticks. So thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.